Bonjour mes amis, this is SERVi Homestead. I am Dustin. Thanks for joining me on another video. Today I'm going to look at a Craftsman pressure washer with a Honda engine. It's making noise. So what I've done so far is look at the pump. It wasn't doing anything. And it was the keyway from the main shaft of the engine to the shaft of the pump. It was destroyed, it was gone. There was nothing but metal filings in there. So that usually happens for a reason. And I just thought maybe somebody ran it a little while without any water. So I ordered a keyway, put it in. It started pumping, but almost every time I pressed the handle to spray water at high pressure, the engine would bog down and then die after a few seconds. So I thought, okay, engine trouble. I had already cleaned the carburetor. Well, I found an affordable aftermarket carburetor and put that on, and it ran a lot better, and it pumps and sprays, but it makes like a chattering noise while it's running. So there's still something wrong. It's coming from the pump, and I've taken the pump off, and let's go ahead and look at it together. So this machine has not been abused or anything. It's lightly used, and this is a buddy of mine who owns it, and he takes good care of his equipment. So nothing extreme, no bolts extra stuck or anything like that. Here is the head of the pump, I guess, and there's the part at the bottom where the pumping squirts the water through. And you have your water inlet here with the metal threads. That's for your hose outlet. The black knob is where your garden hose comes in. Those are the 3 pistons. These are the 3 plastic seals that go on these pistons. So to take this off, you need to be careful. The 3 bolts that hold it on are the same bolts that hold the engine on. And they're not tough to get off. It is a large Allen head. I found that I didn't have exactly the right size, but I had this Torx head that fit inside of them just right. Let's see, what Allen did I have? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is a 7/32, and it's a hair too small. So it may be metric, I'm not sure. But the 3 bolts are here, there, and on the other side. So just be careful when you take them off, because the engine will be loose and the pump will want to fall. So I read online, or I saw in the comments on a YouTube video or something like that, that a bearing in here could be bad. There's only one place I can see that there may be a bearing, and I haven't gotten into that yet. But I did notice this plastic plug here on the side, and took it off, and some old looking grease started coming out, or thick oil. So that's one thing I'll definitely change. And the only place I can think bearings can be would be here around the main shaft. And this appears to be plastic. And so I might be able to carefully pry that off and see what's in there. If I see some metal shavings or something weird looking, then that bearing has gone bad. It could be that just getting some fresh grease in there will help, but if this thing sheared the key, which is right here, and it goes into the shaft, oh, you guys can't really see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's too dark right now. It's early in the morning, but it's right here in the main shaft. It's a long keyway. And don't substitute those keyways. You see them in flywheels of push mowers and things like this. It is a softer metal. Don't put some regular old steel in there it's made to give in case something bad happens. So I'm going to try to pry this plastic off and see what's in there, and I'll change the grease as well. Okay, I found this little spring ring right here around the shaft, but it was easy to take off and it didn't really loosen anything up, and I can't really get the tip of a screwdriver in here, so there must be some special way to get this thing off. I'm gonna have to search that, but it spins really well and easily. Check this out. I'm just spinning it with my hand, just grabbing the edge of it and spinning it, and the pistons are moving just fine. I don't feel anything grindy or chattery. It spins in both directions. That's not a sign of a bad bearing to me. I'm not sure. I mean, this grease that's coming out is really greenish, grayish, and smelling old. I might just go ahead and change this grease and put it back together and see what happens. I'm gonna measure how much comes out of here and add that much plus a little bit more. I've already lost some on the cardboard. I don't know, maybe half of this. It's pretty thick and it smells like old grease that's been wet. So that would be one plus a half that we lost on the table. It's about 4.5 plus the half we lost. So I'm gonna add 5.5 lids of this, of just a thick weight oil. Then we'll put it back together and see how it goes. I made a scratch mark just to remind myself which way it went. had this one upside down temporarily just to hold the engine in place. Overall, it's not a very difficult job. Okay, let's double check everything. Pump is together and tightened. Key in the shaft is lined up. The 3 bolts that hold the pump to the engine are tightened. Yeah, should be alright. Let's go ahead and try it. Well, just a side note, I don't suggest pressure washing your vehicle often. It's pretty harsh for the clear coat, but this is just my old truck and I just needed to test the pressure washer. And plus I have the, not the most broad tip, but the second, like maybe 45 degrees I think. It was a pretty wide fan, so it wasn't as harsh. Sounds great. It was pretty bad before. It was making this strange noise, like almost like chattering whenever I would squeeze the trigger to shoot the water at high pressure. No longer. It's looking fine. Hopefully this helps somebody. Thanks for watching SERVi Homestead. Take care. We will see you on the next one. Au revoir.